personalized marketing is about authentically altering the user experience based on data and behavior. So let's talk about behavior marketing. Behavior marketing captures and uses data to increase effectiveness of campaigns. You got internal and you got external. External is what they tell you. So I have a number of opportunities, like I said, for them to tell me information. It starts with as easy as their favorite style and their skill level. But it moves on to when they want to reach their goal. Somebody tells me that they want to be up and playing. First of all, I'll make it event-based. Why do you want to play? So if they tell me it's just for fun, that's one tag in their system. That sets them up for certain possibilities in the back end. If they tell me they want to play for a church choir or group, that's another stream of possibilities in the 171 steps they'll get. If they tell me they want to play in a jazz club, or they want a gig, or by Christmas time they want to play a few tunes for their family, that's another one. And then specifically after that, we'll trigger an email that asks for a little bit more information. So here's video number 3, but under video number 3, based on what they told me, because now my system can look at tags and say, well, what's the very best survey to give them based on what they've already said. So they've already told me they want to play in church. Well, the next survey is something church related, you know? And then if they say jazz, same thing. And so we're collecting this internal data and external data. Internal data is what they do. Okay, so click score, lead score, how many clicks, how many logins. So if they log in and they watch the video or they download the report or they do whatever in the first hour, there's something triggered, you know, sent on the bottom. It's a very basic text-only email, like I just put it together. Hey, I noticed you logged in and you've taken action right away. That's awesome. Keep up the great work. And then it sends them to that survey. It notices if they filled out that survey just to keep the data collection going. Letting what your customers and prospects do dictate what you do. So it's goal-oriented. It's action-oriented. Being driven by the data and a dynamic follow-up system versus a static system. So here's an example. In the post, in the back end, we look at how many days it takes for somebody to buy, right? So if you come, you opt in for the lessons or whatnot, and you buy in 7 days, right? We got some little calculations and things. Our CRM it sends a post to our server grabs the data, it says what's today's date, what's the date they bought or the date they signed up. It gives me a value. So I have a value in their record that says 7. Took you 7 days to buy. Took you 45 days. That's a score to me. I don't know what to call it, but that's like a seriousness score. And so I can take that score and I can say, well, people that took this amount of time to buy between this range, well, we make the expiration date of their next offer or their next follow-up promotion, we make it tighter, sooner. But I have no business trying to make an offer to somebody who hasn't logged in, watched my videos, knows me from Adam or Eve, hasn't got to experience this smile and this teddy bear. And so I know if they log in and they watch those videos and they vibe with me and we ask them to rate, so they think it's just a regular YouTube rating. That's data. Rate 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You say 5 and you say that consecutively, and then I call it up surveying. So when they give me one answer, I just put it in a little iframe, but you guys, you can use Ajax or what have you. I keep going. You tell me one thing. On the other end of that survey is a more intrusive question. So I'll start with the, whys and the goals. But on the other end, I want to know past behavior. Have you ever hired a teacher before? Yes or no? They say yes to that. We're closer to that goal-oriented, that profile I'm trying to build, that threshold to make an offer. Have you ever bought an online course before? Now, these aren't things I say up front because I don't want to scare them. I'm still building that relationship. But they say yes to that. Oh boy, and my system moving on up, And so that's how, and we're just accumulating data. And it's a mixture of what they tell us and what they do. For every action in action, there's a reaction, right? So everything we do, them actually doing the intended action, that's raising their hand. Them not doing the intended action, that's raising their hand. Acknowledging that in every email. Every email I tend to start with something that they've done or haven't done. You know, it's very personal. Hey, Jermaine, hey, I noticed you logged in for the first lesson. I also noticed you didn't make it over to the page, where the first video is. And here's why the first video is so important. Here's why requesting your consultation is important. So take it out of piano. I know somebody say, he keeps talking about piano. That's what I do. But take it out of that. What's the first action? What's the intended result? Have they done it? Have they not done it? And how can you move them closer to it? How can you acknowledge behavior?